Did you always know you would write a book?
No, no, absolutely not. Like this was not something that was always in the plans. Writing was never, something I always saw myself doing. Like if I was gonna write anything, for me, I thought it would be a script or a play or something I've done like that in the past. I've written a play before. Writing a book didn't even cross my mind until I started, GPA, until I was in the classrooms and doing the work. And so back to pipe itself, it's powerful because before I even break down the acronym to the students, I tell them, when you see the word pipe, understand every building you go into, every institution, every structure, whether it's a business, whether it's a home, whether it's a school, within the walls, right? Within the walls are something called pipes. And in those pipes, they contain something that's valuable that we all need.
Yes.
Water. We all need water. It's valuable. But when you need water, you need access to water. You're not just gonna bust open the walls and take a hammer and bust the pipe wide open. No, what do? You go to the faucet. That's what I tell the kids. That's what I'm here to do in these classes. I'm here to just open up your faucet because you have something valuable inside of you that your community needs, that your family needs, that this world needs. The problem is you got so many walls put up, no one ever gets to see what's inside of you. And it's not your fault. And it's not even your fault that you got your walls up. When you talk, that's another conversation. Survival has made everybody, all of us, have our walls up. So from that, all we do is survive. All we do is protect each other. And the best of us, the essence of us, the elements that we were made to share with the world never comes out because we're so focused on survival. So that's the first thing I tell them before I even break down what the core values are. Then we get into the core values. So this is how the book came about. All of this that I'm talking about tonight this is what the workshops look like before we get started. So within the workshop, we do acting. You've been there, acting, dance, music. We do all of those different things. But these core values is what we do. They have to get this first before they jump into whatever field they want to work on. So with these conversations, the students will always ask me, "Yo, Mr. Dayo, this sounds like something I would hear in a book. Like, was this in the book?" I'd be like, "Nah, this is I didn't get this from no book. This is just me sharing my experience with you." "Oh, okay, you should write a book." I mean, all of my students, "Mr. Dayo, you should write a book. Mr. Dayo, you should write." And then the staff, the teachers, because I always have to have a teacher present. Almost every teacher, "Mr. Dayo," the Caribbean teachers are the ones that bless me. "Mr. Dayo, you need to write a book, Mr." Like with such passion.
Right.
And it was constant. Every workshop, every semester, every contract, somebody's telling me, faculty, staff, director, you need to write a book because this experience you're sharing, not just the students need to hear this. Many adults need these principles as well. Those who are stuck in a job that they don't like, they really didn't pursue their purpose. They need to hear this. So I kept hearing it, but that little voice in the back of your head, like, "You're not no author. You're not an author. That's not what you do." Like I had mental wars. "Dale, you're not an author. That's not you." I would see it. I can see it like actually manifesting, but those conversations within myself, that inner me, "You're not an author. You're not an author. You're not an author." Until one day I was with one of my many jobs, I was driving Uber. I was doing Uber and I was picking up a passenger and I had an idea for GPA. I had a bunch of ideas. Let me say, I had like 15 different things that came at once. And I was like, "Oh, shoot." But I'm driving, so I couldn't write them down. I couldn't put them in my notes. So I said, "All right, once I drop off the passenger, I'm going to turn the Uber app off and then I'm going to write them down." I dropped the passenger off and I'm ready to write. And I'm like, I forgot 99% of everything that I just thought of. And I was like, you have no idea. If you came to me at that point and you just touched my neck or you would feel I was piping hot. Like, are you kidding me? Because they were really good ideas. It was in that moment that I said, you know what? If I put all this stuff in a book, it's always available.
Yes.
Never run out of it. It was in that moment where I remembered everyone that told me I need to write a book. It kept playing in the students, the staff, the faculty, friends, said, all right, I think I'm gonna write a book. I called the homie. I have one of my sisters. She's an editor, and
Uh-huh.
I said, hey, I think I'm gonna write that book on pipe dreams. So nigga, I've been waiting for you. Like, let's go. So that's how it started. That was a year and a half ago. That was the
That's
journey.
awesome. So yeah, so that was going to be my next question. How long did it actually take to write the book? And you said a year and a half.
It took a year and a half because,
Wow.
and what's crazy about that is I'm learning more about myself. Like the last 2 years, I can't do things just on, okay, I have to do it right now. It has to flow. It took a year and a half because there were just moments where it just wasn't flowing. I try to like recap what was, I
Right.
did my best to put the workshops into the book, the classroom experience into the book.
Right.
Moments where I was forcing it, I would read the whole page and be like, what? No, that's not, and I have to erase it. It wasn't until it flowed naturally that, I can write. So there were some days where I wrote 2 sentences, literally just 2 sentences. And
Right.
2 sentences was better than a whole page of something that I forced. So I just had to let it come when the inspiration came, and I would just write from there. And that's why it took, a year and a half.